when we're approaching a new client for the first time, so I'm going to go back, Stacy, to the communication and engagement aspect of our business model, right? So as we're approaching open enrollment, first time around, we're going to launch a communication strategy. And by the way, this strategy is going to be in place for every subsequent open enrollment as well. It's not just a one-time thing. And the system is also a 365 leave behind, meaning, it's available all year round for new hires, life event changes, dependent changes, beneficiary changes, all that good stuff. So it's not just available at open enrollment. So about 2 weeks out from open enrollment, we're going to launch a communication strategy. It's going to be done mostly via text messages and emails. I love text messaging because I know everybody's got their phone on them, and we have a 99% read rate on text messages. It's not as high on emails, as you might imagine, but we do have the ability to do like postcard mailers too, if it makes sense for the industry, but typically we keep it digital. And we're gonna send out 4 to 6 email and text message communications leading up to open enrollment saying, hey, great news, your 2022 open enrollment is coming, keep an eye out for, more information coming soon, or, hey, your open enrollment goes live tomorrow. Don't forget, hey, your open enrollment is now live. Click here to enroll. And so the system is mobile compatible, and people can get the text message, click on the link, and it'll take them right to the system on their phone. And the system knows what type of a device is being used, whether it's a cell phone or a tablet or a laptop, and it'll format itself to fit that device. And furthermore, it also knows what type of a device is. So if it's an Apple device or an Android device, so what the operating system is, it'll format itself to fit that device and that operating system, so people can be looking at it on their cell phone, and it's not like a shrunken down website, where they got to like expand it and try to type the field to enter their password or whatever. So they can enroll in their benefits from the comfort of their couch, or if they're remote employees in their car, whatever that looks like. But again, we're going to launch this communication strategy. And one of the first things that we're going to do is we're going to send them to a microsite that we would build like this. And they're going to enter their email address. And basically what we're trying to do here is simply capture the best way to communicate with this employee. So they can tell us whether they like emails or they like text messages, or they're cool with both, name, cell phone number, and then whether they prefer communications in English or Spanish. Everything that we do is 100% in English and in Spanish. And they can actually toggle back and forth in the system, in the enrollment platform, with the click of a button. And I'll show you that here shortly. But again, we're just trying to capture this basic information. They'll hit the register button, and then when they do, where's the other tab? This is what'll come up. We've created a like a self-paced learning environment here, a how-to learning environment, and we're trying to equip the employees with the information that they need to go do the enrollment. And so the idea here is mitigating calls to HR, mitigating calls to you, to our call center, and provide them with the how-to aspect of how this is going to go. So here's a short video on exactly how to log in. Here's another one on exactly how the enrollment goes. Here's a video on the Benefits Guru, which is the decision support tool, the AI-based decision support tool, which I'll show you in a little bit. This is the Benefits Enhancer bundle that Mike was referencing earlier. Here's a hospital plan video. We can customize all this, but again, this is just pre-open enrollment communication. We're getting the employees prepped, engaged, aware, getting ready for OE. Once open enrollment actually arrives, we'll direct them to the benefits expert. This is the technology. This is the platform that we built for the enrollment aspect. So when the employees are ready, they will log in using the credentials that we provide. Now, this is actually an admin view right here. I have to pick an employee for you, so an employee wouldn't see this. But when an employee logs in, this is the first thing that they would see. You're welcome to your open enrollment video screen. Here's a 40-second video on welcome to open enrollment. And by the way, all the videos have the time length on this, like that, so that employees know that it's not, a 10-minute video. And that actually increases the viewership quite a bit. Here's a big red banner that says you're not done, how many days they have left to enroll. Here's a digital library. Again, everything in English and in Spanish. Here's the drop-down bar. So just like that, they can click it and convert the entire screen to English. Everything will change except for the benefits menu, which stays because those are the actual plan names, you know, but
Aquí estamos. Inscripciones abiertas.
so when they convert it, it not only converts the written word on the screen, but also the spoken word in all of the videos. Which, by the way, when we make a video, they're all custom. We do them all in-house, and we make 10 versions of every video that we make. And I'll explain why there are 10 in a minute. But ultimately, again, this is just their welcome to their benefits screen. So we're going to move forward. The first field that they're going to come to is, you know, their demographic information. This will all be, most of this will be pre-populated from the census, and we can make these fields fixed or editable or required. So some groups will say, hey, we don't have personal email addresses for most of our employees, and we want to capture that. Can you make that a required field? So we can make that required before they can move on. They would have to fill that in. The next screen is their dependent information, so they can make any changes that they want to here. When I click the next button, the video for the decision support tool, the Guru, is automatically going to start. I'm going to let you watch about half that video, and then I'm going to stop it and walk you through what's going on in the background that gives it the ability to do its job.
The Benefits Guru is a decision support tool designed to help you get the most out of your insurance choices in just a few simple steps. First, tell us which family members you are planning on covering. Next, assign a health grade to each covered member. Select excellent, moderate, or poor health. Finally, indicate whether you or your spouse use tobacco and click Continue to submit your answers. Based on your answers, the Benefits Guru will show you the coverage options available to you and rank the plans that may be the best fit for you and your family. You will see a breakdown of costs, including how much is going to come out of your check each pay period, and get a detailed out-of-pocket summary by clicking on the pie chart. To learn more about each of these plans, an informational video and plan documents are just a click away. You will also see which additional available plans might match up best with your available health plans, and even provide a recommended contribution to your HSA or FSA if applicable. Just make sure to click the Save.
All right, so I'm going to walk you through what's going on there. I stopped my video just for, you know, buffering purposes. So the employee's got to basically make 3 decisions. 1, who do they want covered on the health plan? 2, what is the relative health status of each one of these individuals? And I put Angelica here in poor health just for illustrative purposes, and I'll share why in a minute. And then 3, do either of the parents use tobacco? Continue, and boom. Okay, here's what just took place. We've partnered with a couple of claims organizations, Milliman being one. And what we do is we take this individual's demographic profile, you know, because from the census, we have a pretty good demographic idea of who this person is, right? We know their gender, their zip code, their age, their occupation, their income, their marital status. And we've got all these different pieces of information. We bounce it off of a 20 million person claims database that says, all right, we've got X thousands of people who have the same demographic profile as this person, and their claims experience at this particular year in their life looks like XYZ. And then what we do is we take that claims experience and we bounce it off the specific plan designs that are being offered, and the Guru calculates an out-of-pocket estimate for the plan year for this individual and his or her family, and makes a recommendation based on that out-of-pocket cost, which is this health total line here. And that includes premiums, by the way. But let's say, you know, the employee's like, hey, I got a unique situation. I have a daughter with a chronic health condition. So I'm going to come in here into this fine-tune tool, And my daughter's got to go to the doctor for an appointment once a week, every week. So I'm going to ratchet these appointments up. As a family, we've got about 15 prescriptions, no lab equipment. My daughter has to go for an outpatient hospital visit once a month as a checkup, and she's got 2 surgeries planned where she'll be in the hospital overnight. Continue, so it'll recalculate all these things. It may or may not make a new plan recommendation, and in this case, you can see it did not. But it recalculates all these totals here. And so they can also click these pie charts and see what their expense breakout looks like by categories. So they know where their money is going. And there's other things that they can click on, like, here's a hospital plan. I have my in-laws in town right now, and one of their cell phones is going off. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background. But anyway, they can get additional information from the screen as they need it, but when they're ready, they click the save button and move on to the next screen. Hold on, I'm gonna go turn that off real fast. All right. Sorry about that. Okay, so when they're ready, they move forward, and that was just the guru doing its job, making a recommendation. That was not the enrollment screen. So now we're on the enrollment screen, and what we have done here, as you can see, the election part is at the bottom. What we have done here is we've created a self-paced learning environment. So we've created all these little videos like, hey, here's an EPO plan. I've never even heard of an EPO plan. What's that? And I'll watch this video and find out. They can click this tell me more button, and we've got these little videos about the different aspects of healthcare. And so what we've done here is we've created this environment where employees can go in and learn about these different pieces. We've taken the big overarching concept of healthcare coverage and chopped it up into bite-sized pieces, right? Because as you're talking to an audience of people about insurance, you've got a wide range of understanding in that room, right? You've got some people that are very well educated on how healthcare works, and some that don't know anything, So this way, people can go pick and choose what parts they want to see on their own, like this co-insurance video. I like.
What is co-insurance? Co-insurance is you and the insurance company sharing in the cost for services. You pay your share and they pay their share. Co-insurance. Let's go into a little more detail.
So you can see that, they're very basic videos that simplify all these concepts. Again, an employee that understands the benefits feels confident enough to make a buying decision, right? So that's kind of what we've done here. And we have created this tell me more, bite-sized nuggets of insurance concepts throughout the entire enrollment. So every product line in here has all these little videos about the different features. So for example, if you get to the disability plan, it's going to have video in there about the definition of disability and an elimination period and all these other different things that are part of disability insurance that people may not understand, right? So when they're ready, after they've educated themselves, they've got the recommendation here from the guru as this being the plan that makes the most sense for them. And by the way, we can track declinations too. So if you have any of your clients that want to know who's declining what coverages, we can provide that in a report. And when they're ready, they just click the enroll button and move on to the next plan. And this is the bundle product that we talked about, the CI accident bundle. And you notice we put it here that's number 2 in the menu. This plan alone, we have a 39% participation rate across our entire platform. So 39% of every life we have on our system has this plan. And as you add product lines, that's when our participation rates on the VB side start to get up into the 40s and the 50s and even the 60 percentile range. Because again, going back to what Mike said, there's not an AFLAC rep sitting there telling them why they need to buy an LTV plan or an accident plan or Vol Life or whatever it is, right? these people are coming to the decision to make a purchase on their own. We've given them the tools and the understanding of how the products work. So our persistency is incredibly high. There's for those of us that know the VB world well, there's a natural attrition that we all understand is there. And that VB block of business over time, the premium is just going to dwindle and dwindle, right? But with us, it's actually the opposite, because we're capturing new hires, and then on subsequent enrollments, we get new plan participants. Our VB premium actually increases over time, year over year. And it's because people are making the decision on their own to buy a product. We're getting participation rates that equal and beat a lot of times what you get when you've got a full, army of benefit counselors on site, sitting down with every employee one-on-one, talking through their benefits. And we're doing it in a self-enroll environment through all this tech, right? Anyway.
I think the other thing too, especially in the school market, is the teachers don't understand their medical plans. That's the first, that is the first step in all of this. And I get that the voluntary is sexy and all that type of thing, but if you can just get people to understand what they have as options on the medical plans, man, you're winning.
Yeah.
Right there.
Totally agree.
I love the guru. That gives you so much information, a lot of questions that they'll ask or they'll call. If they have any type of questions, that answers all of their questions.
Right.
Yeah, it does. And it doesn't only apply to the healthcare coverage. Like the guru's here, makes a recommendation here for the bundle, and it'll apply to a couple of other products, VB products, as they go through the enrollment as well. So it's not just a health plan recommendation. It'll make recommendations that are in line with the recommendation makes on the health plan, the election that they make on the health plan. So it's more than just a healthcare decision support tool. But we're kind of rounding third here. I mentioned earlier that we make 10 versions of every video. Here's why we make 10 versions. So first of all, 5 are in English and 5 are in Spanish. And the reason that there are 5 is because we've partnered with a data analytics firm that has, basically all this data on Americans that goes back to like the 1950s in terms of how people make buying decisions. And what it does is it categorizes Americans into 5 different consumer profiles or 5 different buyer mindsets. And so what we've done is we have tailored a version of every video that we make to each one of those buyer mindsets. So what I mean by that is, as you're going through this and you're analyzing these products and thinking about whether they make sense for you and your family, you're going to watch a video that's going to deliver information to you in a way that you like to digest and consume information when you're making a buying decision, right? And when you log in based on your consumer profile that we already have from the census, or your demographic profile that we have from the census, the technology is going to automatically know which consumer profile to plug you into. So you're going to see that version of every video throughout the entire enrollment experience.
Oh, wow.
So I've got a side-by-side here that I'll show you. And this is really kind of the last piece of this, but I'll show you 2 different versions. So we got a Mr. Know-It-All, don't tell me what to do over here on the left-hand side. And goal focused, I want to take care of my family first type of an individual on the right.
So Chris, just thinking ahead, could a group 100 lives that has some a CEO that wants to give a message to everyone about benefits and about employee happiness and all of those types of things, could they record something and it come up initially and be required to be watched by everyone prior to actually gaining access to the rest of the system?
I believe the answer to that is yes.
So Stacy, think about the CEO of a company or the superintendent of a school district that says, hey, I want to tell people why we do this, right? Or right. I want to tell them about what's coming and why this is such a great opportunity, and kind of talk about and create some of the culture around why they do employee benefits. And that often is very attractive to the leadership, because now they get what they would have typically gotten had they stood up in front of all of the employees at an employee meeting.
Oh, I totally agree.
Yeah, and we could probably even take it a step further and have it as something that we send out in a communication if we wanted to,
Yeah, good.
or do
Okay,
both.
sorry to interrupt you, Chris.
No, it's all good, all good. So this is just a snippet of the bundle video, and pay attention to the subtle differences. One is know-it-all, one's goal-focused. Information's all going to be the same, just the delivery it's different.
Your employer is offering a special new plan called the Benefits Enhancer Bundle. We call it that because it enhances your coverage for a broad range of possible health events. It's a state-of-the-art program that gives you lots of flexibility in maneuvering financially between what your health insurance pays and what you may have to pay by putting cash directly into your pocket. Your employer is offering a special new program designed by insurance experts called the Benefits Enhancer Bundle. It's a powerful tool that enhances your coverage to help you stay in charge of how you fight back against an injury or a serious illness. It provides cash on top of whatever your health insurance pays, and you can use that money however you want. It pays when you have an accident, or if you get diagnosed with a critical illness like cancer, or if you have a heart attack or a stroke or certain other.
Did you catch the differences?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're subtle, but they're there. But that, that's essentially, you've gotten a good look and feel. We don't need to roll through this entire enrollment. It's all, basically the same look and feel. The education aspect, the behavioral sciences, just different product lines,
I like this way better than ease. There's so much more information that you're getting. It's great.
Yeah.
And you don't have to build any of it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's really good.
Yeah.